On IG, this address on my ID should tell you I'm from Bankhead. You know not to try me. I put you over my knee and spank your ass like my niece. I'm kicking shit, Tai Chi until it's over. Compete.
Hey YouTube. Oh, I look up. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Major J. Today is February 1st, so y'all know it's the first day of Black History Month, and so today I'm gonna do the Black History Month, first day of Black History Month vlog for you guys. As y'all know, I go to school on San Jose campus, and tonight we're gonna have a poetry slam. I'm gonna be vlogging for you guys tonight. Okay, let me stop. Anyway, yep, we're gonna be vlogging tonight for you guys, me and my gang. Yes, stay tuned. All through the night I'll make love to you. From Black Scholars 11th floor, I bring you the first day of Black History Month. And alright, we're off. For reals this time.
Yeah, we're watching it now.
Gang.
Okay.
She ruined it.
Take as much as you want. Your friend.
Hey, y'all. I like your poem. This is the YouTube. Say hi to the YouTube. Cousin.
What's up?
Hey, cousin. Gang. This is my girl. Show for show. Missed the memo today. Say hi to YouTube. Hey.
I've been doing poetry for a few years now, but like I'm an artist and I'm sensitive with all my shit, so I need some feedback from y'all. So if y'all like something, it's okay to be like, it's okay to be like snap, it's okay to make noise, because I need some like type of reaction so I know that y'all hearing what I'm saying. So if y'all can give me that, I'll give you more energy. So the more y'all give me, the more I give you. How that sound? Alright.
Kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we've both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hand. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still, we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and Kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is beginning. Says she is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone. Saving men who lost themselves the night before. Saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now, the pot has no words, but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casing, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan, this is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us. They say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man, for all the water he holds. How we're the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over. Because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We're the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames. But they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes. Says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says, bitch, I might be. Says nuck if you buck. Then says wipe me down. Kettle says, yes, my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says, hell yes. But don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too. Thank you. appointments. Or reasons I still text the fuckboy. I'm too broke for retail therapy, which means I'm too broke for actual therapy. I'm also too out of shape to run. Depression feels like an Olympic athlete, and I'm still the awkward kid who gets picked last for gym. Never sleep, my depression takes up all the space on my bed, steals the covers, and then asks me why I am cold. My relationship status says it's complicated because you can't break up with all you've ever known, and knowing I don't love myself has been the only consistent thing in my life. It's also the reason I don't text nobody back. Says ain't nobody gonna love me the way she does, and so tonight, all I want to do is forget that she is always here. It's 2 a.m., my phone is fully charged, and there is a Rolodex of bodies I know I can use as a distraction. My hands are the name of the man I'm going to fuck before I do, and no, it's not the hotep who calls me queen. Got the Ankh tattoo right next to the prayer hands with his grandma's name on it. That nigga likes to fuck to Waka Flocka. He go hard in the paint for all of 2 seconds and can't even stay on beat. And no, it's not even the nice guy with the 401k, vision, and dental. On the first date, he said he wanted to wife me. And I knew that nigga could not be trusted. Depression made me lonely, but she ain't make me a fool. So instead, I send a you up text to a nigga I told my friends I was going to stop fucking with. They say he's leading me on, but I know that's the type of man I date because I know he'll never love me. And one day I get to tell myself I told you so. Depression has made my bed too stiff to sleep, and my nightmares have started to devour me, and all I want is the warmth of his body and his memory foam mattress. He always wears a condom. This bed is the safest place I have been all week. This isn't lovemaking. This is the wildest way I know how to forget the emptiness inside me. He uses his mouth to wipe away all the self-pity there was in this body. I want to scream at the world, so instead I scream his name. Tonight I do not cry, only moan, bend my body for him the way I break my back for my depression. Tonight I am not the submissive one. I feel like I've conquered this man the way I say I've conquered my depression. I know both of them will be laughing at me in the morning. You see, the depression and the fuckboy are similar, are familiar, but this isn't a revelation. This isn't me saying I'm going to stop fucking the fuckboy because somehow safety looks like a man who doesn't love me. And all this body knows is depression and orgasms, depression, the fuck boy down the street, depression, an unlimited data plan, and some man on the other end who will always text me back. So the name of this chapbook is Coffee and Tree, and a lot of the poems in here are about weed or coffee. Yeah. Did a lot of smoking in college at USF. Oops. It's legal now. I still graduated. Him. What are you mixed with? Me. I'm half ignorant, half educated. So, what are you mixed with? I say tequila and rum. Him. What are you? Me. Watts. South Central. And then there is a sour taste in his mouth. He was hoping he could chase the black woman in me with a pale face. Him. What are you mixed with? Me. Whatever the hell you aren't attracted to. At first, I thought it was sweet that a man thought me exotic and rare. I thought I was special until I realized they put exotic things in cages too. Him. What are you mixed with? Me. Slavery. And this time, the question comes from a black man. It sounds like he can't stand the sight of his own reflection, like he's bleaching his bloodline into the American dream. So I smiled big and told him I am his blackest nightmare. Too many men think this is a compliment, think being anything other than black means I get to be beautiful. Him. What are you mixed with? Me. Unread text messages and a block caller list. An Americano is an espresso diluted in hot water. And this is how they consume us, diluted, bodies too full for their palate. So instead, take our lips, take our sound, paint them white. Ain't that America? Ain't that the melting pot? Call it homogenous. Call us one. Forget
We gave what little taste this world has left anyways, and ain't that gentrification? Diluting neighborhoods with white faces, thinking flooding our homes makes them better, makes them safer. But what happens when the water rises, becomes the only thing you see? This irrigation system you call America is flushing out our flavor, breaking down our brown bodies, so we become nothing more than a drop. This is all of us the world can handle with its little, fragile appetite. Yeah, all right. My depression rolled blunt. My anxiety says it's too loose and makes me roll another. I'm surrounded by every one of my insecurities, and still, I'm the loneliest I have ever been. The blunt is now a roach, and has spent the last hour crawling between the two before it is handed to me. Limp, moist, it never really seems to hit, no high, nothing, just empty lungs choking, drowning out the loneliness, swallowing nothing but harsh air and pride. In an act of pity I call self-love, I let my depression roll another. But I'm gonna read it here for y'all. In 2001, Disney released the cartoon that had black girls around the world glued to our TVs for the next 4 years. The Proud Family was a show about a 14-year-old black girl named Penny Proud. The show culminated in a movie with talking peanuts and a dance battle that could only rival You Got Served. Honestly, the peanut battle was way better than any You Got Served dance. I don't care what nobody says. Every day at recess, we'd act out scenes from the show and fight over who got to be Penny, La Cienega, or Dijonay. As the game grew larger, the supporting characters were all taken up. Funny thing is, nobody ever wanted to be the Gross Sisters. No. I remember one time, this girl said she would rather have been Puff, the dog, than to be Nivea, Gina, or Olay. And I get it. Most of the time, not even the bad guy wants to be the bad guy. The world makes villains out of too many of us before we've even committed a crime. So this is an ode to the Gross Sisters. Or an ode to the little black girl playing her music too loud at the back of the bus, or an ode to the girls with big names that don't sit well in the mouths of their white teachers, or an ode to the girls who don't smile or speak because they say you got an attitude, or an ode to the girls with the actual fucking attitude, or an ode to every finger-waving, eye-rolling, hand-clapping black girl who's ever been made a villain by a man or a system before she ever gets a chance to speak. An ode to the Gross Sisters. They dressed you in ashy black overalls and they painted you a shade known as dusty blue. They called you aggressive. School system calls you delinquent. And I wonder, before they demonized you for taking Penny's lunch money, if they ever asked about what's going on at home, or if you ate today, or when's the last time you got a good night's sleep. But I guess questions like these don't get asked when our schools are more likely to have a cop than a counselor. An ode to the black girls with hair and nails and mouths too loud for the world to handle. I've seen spines of textbooks just as broken as our backs, worn out from years of white men rewriting our trauma in our white pages of our white history books. Black girls are 7 times more likely to be suspended from school. But statistics like these happen when all they try to teach our bodies is obedience. They see black, think criminal, see girl, think bitch. So why not bite when they already think you are dangerous every time you open your mouth? Black girl, I broke a brush once. So I know how powerful it feels to have something shatter when it tries to tame you. School system fail you when they say your history started in slavery, and these lessons are confined to a month. But black girl, you are more than an insert or amendment. You be whole multiverse of magic. You big bang, black hole, bad bitch. You save the world, then save yourself over and over and over again. Black girl, tell them the Gross Sisters were never ashy, but were shaded in dusty blue because all the ashes of all the men who spoke their name in vain were crushed beneath their feet. Amen.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to leave on like a happier note. So we'll see how this goes. My mother's response for every out-of-pocket thing that's ever happened in this world is, white people are crazy. I asked her why the man at work said my African hair was unprofessional, and she says, white people are crazy. My cousin asked her why they don't dance on beat, and my mama just starts laughing and says, white people are crazy. She never let us believe in Santa Claus. She said, ain't no way some white man gonna break into this house to leave gifts for you. I spent 2 paychecks on these gifts, girl. White people are crazy. The same thing can be said for the tooth fairy. Instead of $1, my auntie left a note that said, money don't grow on trees or teeth. Clean your damn room. Translation, white people are crazy. And my mama, she don't care who she says this around. Her way of turning down potato salad at the company picnic is by saying, white people are crazy. She says this when the car breaks down, when the wind blows too hard, and every time she checks her bank account. Like last week, when I asked her to borrow $20 and she says, white people are crazy. She said this so many times, I think it was a proverb. I know this to be true because some of y'all are sitting here thinking that there is going to be a flip to this poem, that this is going to be about reverse racism and not the fact that y'all are actually fucking crazy. No, white people are crazy. Like y'all are so crazy, you believe in Bigfoot and Taylor Swift. And y'all are so crazy, you're sitting here thinking, she can't be talking about me. She's talking about the system, as if you don't benefit from the system every damn day. Y'all are so crazy sitting here like, but I teach inner city children. I would have voted for Obama again, or the new one, but I understood Get Out. Like, y'all are so crazy. Y'all are mad that Beyonce is black, that Jesus is black, and that Justin Bieber isn't. I told my mama I wanted the American dream. And I guess this is the flip you've all been waiting for. Because she says, no, child, no, you don't. That dream is a nightmare. They pin your bootstraps to those white picket fences, have you raising her 2.5 children only to trade you in when you start to burn the rice the same way they did your grandma, child. No, because white folks don't realize that dream is a nightmare, and that fence is a cage, and they run themselves in circles till they realize they won't achieve that dream, child, and then they convince themselves that they are better than you. Thank you.
The show is Andrew Tyree. He's an NAACP Image Award nominee. He's open for Jill Scott on her national tour with his collective, Fiveology. And you can catch him this spring on VH1's new show, Love and Listings. Please help me to welcome Andrew Tyree.
If you ever been in love, somebody say hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Just gotta get the energy right, could you? Gotta keep it inside. Keep the energy. If you ever had your heart broken, somebody say hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Now if you got over that shit real quick because you realized that sorry motherfucker didn't know what they was missing, somebody say hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Just want to find the angry people.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You definitely angry. It had to be like the deepest pain I ever felt. Now, see, it was more like the deepest pain known to man, though women, y'all might disagree and put childbirth on the stand. Or make menstrual cramps raise their right hand and testify under oath as to being the deepest pain known to man. But you see, unlike their pain, this pain affected your inner man. Mine of which through this situation was almost destroyed and left vacant, but thank God through prayer, meditation, self-motivation, tapes, and TD Jakes, I was able to say. Now looking back, I realized that she didn't kill me, so she must have made me stronger, so thank you, and I hate you. You see, the only reason why I'm as strong as I am is the exact same reason why I'll never fully trust a woman again. See, you toyed with something that had to be earned and can never be given, like trust and respect, and for that reason, for a split second, I despise the fact that you were living. You managed to take something beautiful and turn it into something ugly as sin, and for what? See, at first thought, I figured maybe he was taller than me, stronger than me, had a better job than me, a better car than me. Maybe he had a better knack for making you smile than me, but on second thought, that couldn't be because you came back to me. If it was so, you would have stayed and slept in that bed that you neatly, deceitfully, and discreetly made, but you came back with me oblivious to the fact that you had been infiltrated by somebody who you said had a tighter mat. Girl, you were my angel. And I loved you, my angel. I loved you like Jennifer Hewitt does her middle name and like Victoria's Secret does her spells. And as far as I could tell, you felt the same, my angel, my 36, 24, 40, 42 shaped angel, my butterscotch colored shoulder linked hair, deep set hazel eyed, full lips, soft skin, soft spoken, straightforward, determined, motivated, motivating, sweet loving, caring, wholesome, honest, sharing, funny, ghetto, and bougie, always happy with dinner and a movie, even if it was just TBS's dinner and a movie, as long as the dinner, together we made it, but my angel, you came back to me impregnated. Ooh. So, I know, right? So with water-drawn eyes that were bloodshot red, you turned to me and said you were having my child, and I smiled idiotically and said, all right, rubbed your tummy, told you everything was going to be all right, started working overtime, stopped hanging out all night, all the while throwing off this nagging sensation that something was just not right. And 9 months later, when our daughter was seemingly brought to life, the doctors thought me to be the cruel individual because I could not make these hands touch that little life. And 6 weeks later, when the test results came back and confirmed that my suspicions were right, yo, I was pissed because you were going to make me raise that man-child, and that shit by no means is right. And at that moment, every holy, sanctified bone in my body wanted to separate you from your fucking life. I didn't have the strength mentally nor emotionally to fight, so I silently prayed for you, said my goodbyes, and walked out of your life. And the damnedest thing is I still can't make myself regret not one single night. I just think it's kind of fucked up that you have 2 men loving you and now there's no one in your life. And your father now knows that his baby girl is just a woman of the night. Now that has got to be punishment enough. So if I ever saw you again, I would never yell, scream, nor curse your name. I would simply look you dead in your eye and proclaim that you are the cause of the deepest pain I've ever felt. So this is for the good guys. For the never do you wrong guys. For the never lay a hand on you, always on time, say he'll be there at 9, 8:58, he's parking the car, guys. Yeah, this is for the straight shooter. For the one who would never cheat on his girl because he's a real man, and real men know that for quality, quantity just doesn't do it, but y'all usually don't want us. It is for the unintentional motivator ready to impart inspiration into their good mornings, for the ones who were never blessed with game, just the truth, that's all the mamas ever taught them. For the ones who cannot afford to take you jet skiing and know, now you know there'll be no fancy dinners every weekend. For the ones without the big rims or the big cars, all we have are big dreams, good plans, and real jobs. It is for the ones who encourage you to go to church with them every Sunday, and you'll never be afraid to take them home for the holidays. For the ones who don't clean up well, because we're always just well cleaned up. And for ones who think that Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, and Dead Presidents were all really, really great movies, just not really good ways to live. So this is for the good guys. For the never do you wrong guys, for the never lay a hand on you, always on time, say he'll be there at 9, 8:58, he's parking the car, guys. Yeah, this is for the straight shooter. For the one who would never cheat on his girl, she's a real man, and real men know that for quality, quantity just doesn't do it, but y'all don't want us. Yeah, this is for the good guy who my ex-girlfriend once told me we're always either married, broke, or gay. I told her she was a fucking lie. All right, I wasn't that angry. I told her she was lying. But if she was telling the truth, and it hasn't always been that way, you just never paid the scrubs any attention, figured you could keep your thug, and when the time was right, you could just kind of host his intervention. No, I know you got caught up listening to Destiny and her children tell you that you need a soldier to be happy, and telling good guys like me that the only way to get a beautiful woman like you is to sag our pants, buy a fitted cat, and a pit bull. I don't even like dogs. What they never told you is that soldiers and pit bulls are only trained to kill, so at the death of everything beautiful in you and at the birth of the bitter woman you're becoming, now you're looking at me like you don't know what happened. Wish you had paid attention to the dude who didn't always know what was happening, so here's the cat whose pants always fit, who made a vow at 19 never to have the big, long, white t-shirt dresses in his closet. Here's the cat who really values marriage, who believes that wedding bands and wedding vows are more than just jewelry and her poetry, and who will love you all the time, even when he doesn't feel like it. Even if you don't deserve it. Even for whatever reason, you just don't feel like working extra hard to earn it. Even for the 4th day in a row it's raining and you've got your umbrella again, and now you're him to give you his, and it don't matter, they just got over a cold because you just got your hair did. He gonna love you all the time anyway, even though he doesn't feel like it. If the guy who spends time with his sons, because that's his blood, and spend time with his daughters and nieces just to show them the way real men should treat them. So y'all, this is for the good guys. For the never do you wrong guys, for the never lay a hand on you, always on time, so he'll be there at 9, 8:58, he's parking the car, guys. Yeah, this is for the straight shooter, for the one who would never cheat on his girl, he's a real man, and real men know that for quality, quantity just doesn't do it. So the next time a guy comes up to you and says, hey, babe, I'm not like them, I'm kind of different, ladies, be careful, because it's probably just game. But just for a second, assume it's not, give him the benefit of the doubt, look him dead in his eyes, see if they look a little like mine. It might be the last time you ever have to give your number out. You might end up with a good guy. Thank you guys for listening. My name is Andrew Tyree. Why don't you come on out here and bless the people real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, Prentice Powell.
Check this out. Yo mama is so black, she drink water and pee coffee. Yo mama so black, lightning bugs follow her around in the daytime. Yo mama so black, she went to night school and got marked absent. Funny, right? Yo mama so conditioned, she refused to have sex with a dark-skinned man because she thought having baby by a light-skinned one would give you a better chance. Your mama so dumb, she thought a light-skinned one would treat her better. Your mama so poor, her face is on front of the food stamps. Your mama so poor, she bounces food stamps. Your mama so poor, she keep putting half of what she make on a lawyer to defend a crime he won't admit that he committed. Sorry, that one wasn't funny. Your mama so poor, burgers break into the house and leave her money. Your mama so poor, she having a hard time trying to afford to feed these grandkids her daughter created, but doesn't really raise. Your mama so black, she looked like a picture out of space with no stars. Your mama so black, the last black man she had beat her until she saw stars. Your mama so black, she's 65, got 3 jobs, and retirement is nowhere in sight. Your mama so black, she refused to give up. Your mama so black, she worked just as hard as our ancestors who picked cotton and tended to the white man's yard. As a matter of fact, your mama so black, her second job is tending to a white man. Your mama so black, she sacrificed everything just so her kids can have a roof over their heads. Your mama so black, one of her kids are dead. 2 are in prison, she can't look out of her bedroom window without seeing bars. Your mama so black, she lived in a violent neighborhood all of her life. Thank you, gentrification. You know, there were times where your mama was so poor, she sacrificed all the food on her plate and fed herself off of her own frustration. Your mama is so black girl magic, she could pull a rabbit out of a broken top hat, send you to school full with your pockets on empty, but your mama's stressed. And her head falling out. And when she come to your school, they say, your mama so bored, when she put on her turtleneck, she looked like a busted condom, but they don't know your mama got cancer. They don't know your mama so protective, she never told you your father said he wished you would have flushed you down without that condom. Your mama so tough because she's had more stones thrown at her than opportunities. And with her hands tied behind her back like that time she was raped, she grew up having to catch the stones with her face, so now your mama ugly. Your mama so ugly they film gorillas in the mist in the shower. Your mama so tired she only has time to cry in the shower. Your mama is so ugly she wouldn't know beauty. She finally took the time to look herself in the mirror, which she only really gets to do after another 18-hour workday, but your mama's getting old now. Your mama's so old, her birth certificate say Dr. Jesus. No, your mama's so old she started to forget the things that she says. Your mama's so old, she begins her sentences with, in case I don't make it. You know, your mama was thinking about that, quitting that 3rd job because her body just can't seem to take it. Your mama is so old, her Parkinson-riddled hands can't seem to hold on to an answer. Your mama has been a fighter all her life, but still can't seem to beat this thing they call cancer. Your mama's so old, it's starting to hurt her throat to laugh at these jokes that don't really feel like jokes. I guess she had to swallow her pride one too many times because now your mama's having a problem opening her eyes. Wake up, mama. Your mama has an obituary now. Your mama was so black. My mama is so black. No, so rainbow, so red, so orange, so yellow, so purple, so green that it is no surprise that the sun still shines in her eyes even when it rains. And standing at her feet, I have always been her pot of gold. You know, your mama would be ashamed of you if she knew you was talking about somebody else's mama without having a single clue what they've been through, but maybe I'm just being sensitive. After all, some of them jokes was funny, right? But I mean, what do I know? I remember when I went to school here a hell of a long time ago. Like a hell of a long time ago. Like this student union wasn't this student union long time ago. I felt like I knew everything. And I would go to class, and then I'd go sit on the steps of my frat house across the street, and I'd reflect on how much I knew. And most of the stuff that happened around me, like, confirmed that I knew everything. I just felt like, yo, I know this, I know that, and everything happened. But then it's crazy, like, you guys are gonna, like, realize the older you get, the more you realize you don't really know shit. Like, nothing. So, like, the older I get now, I realize I don't really know much. But, baby, have a seat. Yes. sit with Uncle Andrew. Nah, go sit with Uncle Andrew. I don't know much, but I do know what love is. I do. Oh, I'm supposed to say my daughter, Anaya. Literally, she said, can you say my name and say that I'm your daughter? So everybody, that's my daughter, Anaya. She reminds me that I do know what love is. But I know emptiness. I know what it feels like to be trapped. I know what it means to be free. I know that some of the world's most beautiful songs are ones that have never been sung. I know what it's like to stand on the edge of a cliff with fully functional wings, but clip confident, scared that the impact of crashing into the glass ceiling will somehow hurt more than falling to the floor. Lord knows I need to jump. I know that we as men will blatantly lie to a woman's face just to protect your feelings. And I know that men ain't the only ones who can be scandalous. I know that God believes in far more than second chances. I've been to church with the devil sitting on my shoulders, and I swear to God, sorry God, I swear it was so hard to stand up when they prayed. What I'm trying to say is, I know pressure. I know the weight of the world rests on my tongue. Yo, maybe that's why I'm so misunderstood. I know I've learned from some of my mistakes, and I know I have plenty more to make. I don't know much, but I do know that I've lived long enough to know that I don't know anything. I know they don't like my skin. I know what it's like to experience hate only to pray, forgive, and experience again the very next day. I know you better keep your hands on that steering wheel until he asks for your ID. And I know if he lets you go, you better thank God that you make it to see that next block, but I'm not dumb. I know I can still get shot by a cop around the corner. I know my skin isn't popular, but my culture is. I know I fear the day I have to explain racism to my kids after they've already experienced it. I know cops who patrol black neighborhoods should receive a welcome packet that consists of a spindle of CDs, a pack of cigarettes, a pack of Skittles, and a jar of Black Boy innocence. And I know with this gift God gave me, people will constantly judge me for my views, so I'm trying to get right with God, but I'm conflicted. I keep smoking weed while trying to read scripture or listen to TD Jakes on YouTube, and I know some of y'all Christians are going to judge me for that line too. I just hope you forgive me for my honesty. You know the same way you ask God to forgive you for your lies? I know that somewhere in America there's a mother reading a raisin in the sun, trying to distract her from the struggle she's facing, trying to raise a son who can't seem to raise his grades but knows how to raise a gun. I know she prays in between pages that he stays safe while she works late. And I know before she goes to work, she'll go in the kitchen, make him a plate, leave it on the stove, even though she knows she should be getting some sleep that's long overdue and much needed. And I know when he gets home, he won't eat it. He's too full of sin to have a taste of heaven right now. So leave it right there on the stove. And off that gesture alone, she will know that there is still hope for him. I know it's hard raising a young black boy in an old white world. I know I don't want to die. I know God is the reason I'm still alive. I don't know much, but I do know that I've lived long enough to know that I don't know anything. Thank you.
Hi, Jimmy.
Can I just say something real quick for y'all? Sure. I love being black. Who else loves being black in here? Raise your hand. Say, if you love being black, raise your hand. Say, I love being black. I love being black. Can I be real with y'all real quick? Yeah. 2 days ago, I'm going to keep it 100. Can I keep it 100 with y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Can I keep it 100 with y'all?
Yes.
Thank you. Shit. 2 days ago, I found out the purpose of my life. 2 days ago. I'm 35. I'm old as dirt, okay? And God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt. Can I get a hallelujah from the congregation?
Hallelujah.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I have one piece. Can I get 5 minutes of your time, please? Yeah. Please?
Yes.
To say something. I love being black.
I love being black.
Thank you. Hold on one second. I'm about to turn up in here.
Oh, okay.
This is for everybody who said they wanted to do something.
Wait, hold on.
And they said, no, Jimbo, you can't do it. Nah, nigga, you gonna sound crazy. Well, nigga, guess what? I am a little crazy. They call me 5 times crazy. Ask about me. Google me, matter of fact. Hold on.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
It's right there.
Oh, no.
It's all love, though. I'm not violent. Okay.
Don't
what we about to pull out this bag.
Matter of fact, right now, I'm on IG. I don't know how to do all this Twitter shit, Snapchat, tweet me. I don't know that. I just know IG. JGT 2018. Look me up. I accept friend requests. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my followers up, so you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, this thing hella aggressive. You in my eyes. Can we dance a little bit? Can we have fun a little bit? I like to have a little fun. Hold on a second. Now, if I dance with y'all gonna dance with me?
Right now.
I get it how I live it. I live it how I get it. I'm the motherfucking bitches. I pull it with a lemon.
Hey.
Not 'cause she ain't living. It's just your
Why is nobody dancing with me?
It's in the scrimmage. Motherfucker, we ain't finished.
Free.
I tell you we won't stop. A nigga by the business. Like yours, but you're winning. Wave hello.
Oh, y'all don't want to dance no more, huh? My name is Jimmy. I'm from San Francisco, California. If you can hear my voice, just know I love you. Black is family. If you can hear my voice, I love you. I made this piece when they say, no, Jimmy, you too loud. You too aggressive. You too in your face. Well, you know what? I refuse to let them stop me. You say I can't come in the front door? I'm going to go in the back. You lock the back door? I'm going to rappel off the roof. You put barbed wire on the roof? I'm going to go through the motherfucking front window. If you hear me, if you hear my voice, if you can feel my heartbeat, just know I love you. I am a black man. I love being black. Who loves being black?
I love being black.
Wait a minute. Hell no. I need that. I'm not talking from my heart tonight. I am talking from my soul. Do you understand me? I love being black. Who loves being black with me? That's all I want to say. If you can hear my voice, I love you. And I'm out.
And that is our night, YouTube.
I definitely just ran into you.
You definitely did. Almost knocked us all over. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feeling it, how y'all like it. I'll have.
Add me on Instagram at QV.
Deja Irene, DEJAIRENE.
She didn't finish her name. You're so
I know.
rude.
She's
Definitely
too
just
long.
put it across the
I
screen.
will, yeah. I'll put it all down in the description box for you guys. All the names and the Instagrams of everybody I got tonight. Yes.
Booyah.
Unnecessary.
Did you get that?
Unnecessary.
Written vodka, I'm the only bitch popping in the whole clique of y'all. Damn show couldn't stop it. Running straight to the money. That's the only way I'm